Okay, it's day 4, and I broke the rules. I had to take a shower. So here I am doing this again, and I actually have had a pretty intense meditation this morning. I went really deep, and I can see that for myself, though I have been meditating for many, many years. Going an hour is actually necessary. What I'm experiencing, it's got to be at least, 35 minutes into it, is something that I have not yet been able to quite touch, doing it 15 or even 20 minutes a day. So this is a really interesting experiment just for the meditation part alone. I definitely felt like I was having some sort of shift emotionally in the meditation today, and I still feel it, and I'm grateful for that. I've been thinking back a little bit about yesterday, and I think one thing for sure is that I'm eager to touch what's behind all these thoughts. I'm looking forward to piercing the veil, as they say, and being with the one that's behind this thinker. Yesterday, we had got about 12 inches of snow here in Anchorage, and I was stuck in the snow for a very long time. And I was shoveling and trying to turn it and get it out of the snowbank, and I couldn't. And then I went and got a welcome mat and stuck it under the tire to see if that could give some traction, and I couldn't. And then these guys came and they helped me, and I got out, and they're like, okay, make sure you turn this way and not that way. And I turned the wrong way, and I got stuck again. And so after about 45 minutes or so, I finally got free, and off I went onto the streets. And this wonderful car that my friend gave me is I think, 1995 Buick. It's got the kind of trunk that you could fit 4 bodies in it. It's just so dang big, and it's got these awesome, luxurious, cloth, soft covers for seats, and it's got a lot of really cool things, and it's about a half inch off the ground. So needless to say, I was getting stuck quite a bit as I was moving about, and I thought, oh, isn't this symbolic? I was also doing, a lot of skidding on the road. I thought, wow, this is really symbolic. This is how I feel. I feel stuck, and I don't feel grounded. And so soon after, I called a friend whom I remembered was back in town and asked her if I could use her Subaru. So that took several hours to coordinate dropping off and, traveling all the way out to where she was. And of course, when I saw her, I cried, and she was very beautiful and comforting, and reminded me that she too has had a lot of crazy thoughts, and that her thinking has put her in the hospital a couple of times, which I didn't know, and I've known this person for quite a bit. But so in an odd way, it was comforting to hear that somebody else was having that kind of relationship with their thinking. And then, by then my heart was pretty open, and yesterday was just so emotional. I mean, I know I cry a lot, but man, something was going on yesterday. So I finally got to see my dear friend and collaborator, Shirley May, the awesomest Shirley May Springer-Stein, because we had a time to meet, and I was running late because of everything that was happening. So by the time I get to her house, it's like, 5 o'clock, and I'm a mess, and crying. And I'm telling her my story, and she's sitting there, and she's going, uh-huh, mm-hmm, uh-huh, mm-hmm. So I'm starting to hear this at some point. I'm starting to hear myself, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm not going to get any sympathy from her, that's for sure. But she was really great, and because she was able to simultaneously hold a space for me, but also speak some truth to me, I began to shift. And I began to laugh, and I began to realize that I don't think I'm the one that's doing all this crying and thinking. I am just starting to touch on that a little bit. In any event, I finally got myself back to the house and took my ZzzQuil and called it an early night. So today, I feel a little lighter, and I'm going to do things that make me feel lighter. And I'm going to start telling a different story. And I think that's an important thing to do. So, again, I don't really know exactly why I'm doing this or what it is that's supposed to be coming out of my mouth when I do these videos, or if anybody's watching it or what anybody's thinking about it if they are. But I just know that it's day 4 and I've got 96 more days to go, 96 more days. Yeah, everything is a song.